At this point, I'm not even surprised. I'm really not surprised. Another patch, another day. It's like every 2 days I'm basically expecting a patch at this point. And if I don't get 8.0 by the end of the month, there's something wrong, right? There's something genuinely wrong. But 7.23E, here we are. I'm sure you've heard what other people have to say. And basically what I'm going to say is that I really don't like this. I think that IceFrog is trying to slow down Dota, and maybe it's because it makes the game easier for beginners, but like I feel like we're already way past that point. Like in terms of saving beginners, is that what it is? I don't know. Like that's what it feels like to me. Because why would you slow down the game? It felt really fun to play, frankly, for me. Maybe others didn't think so, right? I know there's the Reddit posts where it's like, oh, you know, Dota's just a brawl fest, but like, I guess that's the dilemma here. There's two different sides. There's one group that wants it, that wants this fast pace, and then the other who just really doesn't. I'm personally part of the one who felt like this was one of the better patches. I really like the ability to just run around and keep things going, especially with the heroes with XP gain talents. But as we can see here, things have been changed, and that's what I'm going to quickly go over. But really, my take is that they're slowing down Dota, trying to make it more digestible for everyone. I'm okay with it, but I don't prefer it, is what I'll say. So recently, I got to play with CC&C in a few pubs, two just ranked pubs on my main account, and I made them into videos. I played Tusk and Winter Wyvern, and they're eventually going to be on the main site. So if you're interested in learning how to actually just dominate with those heroes and really just learn tips from the pros, you should check it out. Right, because I don't get that opportunity a lot where I just get to play with the pro and kind of get to move around the map with them, gank their lane, and really just understand what's going on through their heads. So if you want to just see that or learn anything about Dota, it's really the place to be. I'm putting out a lot of cool content on there. I'm basically making a new random to 6K video or a few a week. It's been absolutely amazing, and I feel like I'm adding a lot of value. So if you're interested, I'd love to see you guys there, and click the link in the description below. Outpost XP is now every 10 minutes instead of every 5. This basically means you don't have to just fight the entire game, because basically with the old outposts, you would have to consistently run around and just try to make things happen all the time. Like, you just always have to try to secure the outpost, because if you didn't get one of the outposts, it's like GG. At this point of the game, like, if you got held in your base and you were behind and you couldn't secure the outpost, like, the enemy team would just skyrocket over you in terms of XP. It wasn't even close. But the most notable change of this entire patch is the non-Roshan shrines are just not in the game. Right, they're just not in the game, and I'm gonna go look at the map just to show you guys. So just to briefly give a kind of laydown of the map now, basically these shrines are not up. So if we're looking at the mini map, it's the shrines that are not on the bottom side of the map, at least when you're on Radiant, right? When you're on Dire, it's gonna be the other way around. But what this means is that Roshan is like, it's so contestable right now. It's one of those things where I felt like Radiant still has the advantage because they can now invade this area, and if they take over this shrine here, right? Let's say they get up a ward, they can just control this area so well, and they're basically forcing you not to be able to play on a shrine. They can cut off entire shrine usage, which, okay, this has different implications, because how I see it is a couple ways. So obviously for taking Roshan and shutting down shrines for the early game, Radiant's a little bit better, because if you can take over the jungle, the enemy team has no shrine to use in the regard of just healing up, right? They can't heal up. However, it goes the other way around, where let's say Dire invades, right? Invades here where the shrine used to be, and gets a ward in this area. Now all of a sudden, you're in a place where you can't ever TP in. It's unbelievably easy for Dire to actually control this jungle without the shrine, because you can push a tier 2 with no potential threat of getting wrapped on, besides like a significantly more obvious smoke gank through mid lane, right? And as a result, I mean, Dire is just unbelievably good at controlling this area, and can even TP to their shrine and retake their jungle, which is fascinating, because Dota has never looked like this before, where they're sort of able to just control, like, one side has this weird advantage in terms of being able to control the other jungle because of no Dire, no TP, no Shrine TP. That's just kind of bizarre to me to some extent, that IceFrog thinks this is a good idea. I'm curious, because maybe this makes Dire better, and Dire hasn't been better for a very long time, and I'm genuinely curious, because this has major implications on the game. It changes how Roche is played, or at least, you know, how Radiant and what emphasis they're going to put in this area, probably even a higher emphasis now, just to really make sure that the enemy team can't use this Shrine at all in terms of healing from it, because if you do that, they literally get nothing, right? And it's much harder for Dire to actually control this area. It's typically unrealistic in the early game unless you're like OG. So it's one of those things where I'm shocked that this happened, but let's move on. Now, obviously, the rest of this patch is the fact that they removed all XP talents. Like, they literally just got rid of all of them. I'm honestly shocked to some extent, because I feel like the XP gain talents were they were good. Like, I really liked having an XP gain talent. I understand that they were particularly strong with these outposts. Maybe that's why Ice Frog feels like they shouldn't be taken out, but something I used to do as a joke with my friends, it was just a running joke in our friend group, was the XP gain challenge, where I would pick like mid Dazzle or mid Beastmaster, these two in particular, because they're really, really good at snowballing in terms of farm, and I would just like rush to level 25, but now I can't do that. I'm kind of depressed. In addition, a hero like Abaddon, I mean, 10 strength is great, but like XP gain on a hero like Abaddon was absolutely fantastic, considering it was his level 10 talent. Bane is a little bit different. He didn't have XP gain at 10, so like I don't think this is abysmal, but at the same time, like 20 matter resist, that's pretty mediocre. Beastmaster 30 damage is so abysmal compared to XP gain. It's so abysmal. Your hero, like, sure, it right clicks, but it's one of those things where I'd much rather have just a shit ton of levels in order to enable my hero. Like, by far, I'd rather have a lot of levels, right? By a long shot. Same thing for Bounty Hunter, like 25 damage, I mean, maybe, but like just having the ability to snowball so fast with your XP gain talent felt like it was the edge that this hero needed to actually snowball. Now, I don't know. Like, is Bounty even playable? I don't know, guys. If there's any Bounty spammers, you can let me know in the comment section down below, because I really do not know whether or not this hero is even playable without an XP gain talent, because it doesn't really push in waves, right? So you need XP from kills and outposts to actually function. Regardless, let's move on. Dazzle got 2 mana regen, which is, like, it's good, but with bad juju, if you bought mana boots as a core, you'd have enough mana, and as a support, like, yeah, you could have some mana issues, but, like, I think you really wanted an XP gain talent, you know what I mean? Like, it allowed your hero to actually abuse the fact that it could jungle, even as a support, and it could actually push in waves more effective than almost any other hero in Dota. Now you just don't have that. Funny enough, Drow's, like, the only hero that got nerfed this entire patch, I think. Oh, no, and Snapfire, okay. Oh, and Train. Okay. Not only Drow, I was gonna be like, oh, poor Drow. But Marksman Agility bonus reduced from 35. Okay, so they're just kind of nerfing her ultimate a little bit. Not too heavily in the later levels, but early game. I think this is so that her E and ulti just don't do a gajillion damage in the early game and don't let you snowball as hard. I think Ice Frog's just trying to kick this hero down to like a 52% win rate hero, or like a 51%. Especially on Dota 2 per tracker, I know it's been like 58, 56 for the last few weeks. So, it seems about right. Jakiro, I mean, really? 350 health? Are you kidding me? There's never a day where I'd rather a 350 health talent than an XP gain on Jakiro. That's just not going to happen. So, same thing with Caudle. It's like 6 spell up? Are you kidding me? Is this a joke? Like, I'm pretty sure it was a 30% XP gain talent, and you replace it with 6% spell amp? Who thought this was a good idea? Is it because they think the hero's really good? I would sort of agree. I think Caudle is very underrated because he just was like, oh, Caudle got nerfed, he must be unplayable, right? Nah, not really, he's still fine. But really? Getting rid of his XP gain talent for 6% spell amp? That's so bad. 6%, that's so bad. It's like a joke almost. Like, Legion, 2 mana regen, or 8 strength is the other one, I believe. And 2 mana regens, you know, it's good for the hero. You have some mana issues, but you could just buy Clarities and have an XP gain talent. That feels so much better. Same thing for Omni Knight. It's like, okay, I believe this is his level 15 talent, so it's not as bad, actually. But still, like, yeah, he gets GPM and then XPM, but not the case anymore. Oracle, holy, this is so bad. Like, you 50, why do you need intelligence on Oracle? Like, what are you gonna do? Play mid Oracle, Ice Frog? Like, what am I supposed to do with this hero when you get rid of the XP gain talent and give it 15 intelligence? Am I supposed to assume that I'm going to be buying Ags now and just running it down mid? I really don't understand the purpose of this. I don't feel like it's particularly practical or useful in any sort of sense. So I don't like this at all. I don't know. I'm just a bit confused by these changes. I feel like getting rid of XP gain talents is going to cripple a lot of heroes more than we think. Like Pudge, 5 armor, that's okay, but like what you would do is you could take the XP gain and then just buy some armor items. Like you buy phase boots and a buckler and you're chilling. You don't need a 5 armor talent. It's just so useless. Now I really think you take the rot damage. I'm a big fan of the rot damage, so like personally I don't think this kills Pudge because I really like the rot damage. Not a Pudge spammer, but I played it a couple times and it felt really good to me. Regardless, moving on. Don't think Pudge is dead hero. I think the hero's fine, especially in pubs. Shadow Demon, 100 cast range is fair. The 30% XP gain was like, oh, so nice on this hero. You don't understand. If you're a Shadow Demon spammer, this is literally making you like cry. It's literally making you cry because this hero, as a support or a core, what you want to do is you want to get to level 30 if you're trying to just like carry the game in terms of like impact. You can literally carry when you get to level 30. I mean, when you get to level 20. It's so strong. Now you can just get, I mean, 100 cast range is fantastic. It really is a super great talent for Shadow Demon. So like respect that they actually gave him something reasonable to replace this, but like XP gain is so good. I have such mixed feelings about this. I think it's okay, not the worst one, but like Shadow Shaman though, this is abysmal. Like this is a joke. Shaman sucked. I'm not gonna lie. I actually think Shaman was an awful hero. to be honest. I think the hero struggled in many different regards right now. I think it's playable in the right setting, but like for the most part, not a huge fan. Definitely think the XP gain talent was a big part of why this hero was playable. I really do, because I think it's solo queue. You take the XP gain, you can, you know, split push, you can get a lot of levels, you can carry the game through a high level Shadow Shaman. Now you have 10% spell amp. Okay, great. I have 10%. Okay, like I don't even know if that works on snakes. Frankly, I don't think it does. In which case, this is a legitimately joke. And same thing for Skywrath, like 8% spell life steal. Who thinks this is? It's not going to change anything. 8% spell life steal will keep you alive 1 out of 10 times. That's even an over exaggeration. It will keep you alive like 1 out of 50 times, I would imagine. I just don't feel like. I don't feel like the right decision was just to kill XP gain talents. I really don't. I think this is IceRog's attempt to, you know, really slow down the pace of the game, but I do think Skywrath is fine as a hero still, but like, same thing with Bounty. Is it like that good anymore? And Shaman too. Like Shaman, I just think is like yuck now. But moving on. Snapfire, Little Shredder, and Mortimer's Kisses barely reduced. Basically, what I'd say about this hero is still pick it. Like if you're good at it, pick it. Still good. Still chilling. You're still spitting. XP. Oh my gosh. Why? Like this has just got to be laziness to decide to give him 25% magic resistance. It really does have to be laziness. Does this just block your blast off damage? I don't think it does. But like that's not practical either anyway. Why in any world would you want 25% magic resistance? I really don't understand. Now you have to take the proximity mine damage. I believe that's the other one. But frankly, I think it's an okay talent considering you have 3 charges. It's quite a bit better than it used to be. But like, really though? I feel like if I'm a techie spammer, I just want to like off myself right now. Because this hero wants to get to level 25, no? Like maybe all you techie spammers could vouch for me, but like pretty sure you want to get to level 25 and like split push and try to snowball quick. Tidehunter. The XP gain talent was much later on, so whatever, kind of irrelevant. Treant, Overgrowth reduced in terms of DPS. Yeah, I mean, there's just basically IceRog's trying to make the hero playable but not kill him. Still think Treant's one of the best heroes in Dota, so I would not give up on it whatsoever. Tusk, you just take the GPM. That's all I'm gonna say. Ursa, still nerfing Ursa. Probably still fine though. These numbers aren't big enough to kick the hero out of the meta. Same thing with Venge. Like, if you liked Venge, this isn't going to really change the way you play at all. Visage, like, are you kidding? Why would, I mean, armor reduction, you know, it makes sense, but like that means you also have to auto attack with your main hero, which is not always that useful. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hit with my main hero all the time. It doesn't feel that great. Void Spirit, okay, this is good because he needed some strength and armor reduction so that he's less tanky in the lane. And just overall, because this hero is kind of ridiculous. So overall, okay, they even nerfed Astral Steps, so it's like a longer cooldown, 5 seconds. This is reasonable, because once again, I don't think you want to kill the hero quick. I think it's a great hero design. I just think it needs to be as low cooldown and as tanky. Like, in the lane, it just like, what, does this thing even lose that many matchups? It really feels like it doesn't, because it's such high armor, great stats, great movement speed, great everything. But this is a good step in the right direction. Warlock, oh yes, of course, I need 10 armor on Warlock. My favorite Warlock talent, the 10 armor talent. I can't wait until I get my 10 armor talent when I'm playing Warlock. In fact, next time I play ranked and I queue up for position 5, I'm probably going to take the 10 armor talent. In fact, I'm not going to show up to a single team fight so that I can get 10 armor. I'm going to build an armlet and a medallion, and I'm going to walk into the fight, and hopefully I'll be level 20 at that point. I probably won't be because I don't have an XP gain talent, and I'll summon a golem on death. And that's going to be my entire strategy, because now I have a 10 armor talent on Warlock. A hero that is trying to backline and take as little damage as possible now has a 10 armor talent instead of XP gain. And maybe this is this way of nerfing Warlock, which is like relatively fair because the hero was good, but it definitely was not like, whoa, this is the standout hero of the patch. Like, careful, Warlock, careful, you know, gotta make him have a 10 armor talent, he's too good. And then Weaver, this seems brutal as well. Weaver would snowball and get ahead and needs a lot of levels, so like his XP gain talent, I think, kept him relevant to a large extent, so I think this is a big nerf to the hero. And same thing for Zeus. I think the XP gain talent was another way for Zeus to stay ahead. I think now you'll just be taking mana regen, because I don't think you really want health in the early game for Zeus. Similar to Warlock, it's like as if they gave Zeus a 5 armor talent. It just make you cut yourself if you're a Zeus player, because frankly, why in the world would you want that? I frankly don't fully see why you'd want 250 health. Could it change a fight? Of course it could. But like, compared to 30 XP gain, it's not even relatively close. Like, at least make this a 500 health talent and I'll consider it a deal. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this analysis. I know it's a bit harsh. I'm just a bit confused with the direction we're going at. It just seems so like all over the place, like, whoa, like, here we go, like a roller coaster. But I don't know, I like the patch. I personally think all you who are complaining are just a bunch of babies. Kidding. Relax. I definitely don't think that. Just kind of. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please don't like and subscribe to help our channel grow. Appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.
Are you tired of being hard stuck at your rank? Over at gameleap.com, we have a library of hundreds of guides authored by pro players and coaches covering literally every aspect of Dota. Whether you're looking to master a new hero or role, or just polish up your existing skills, GameLeap is the proven place for competitive gamers to hone their craft and unlock their secret potential. Hit the link on screen right now to take advantage of our special offer for a 25% discount, guys. 25%, and start your journey today.